Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to FortressCraft Evolved. I'm Accent Evolved, and before we get started, I know it's been a while. Thank you guys so much for all your patience. Going to school, doing YouTube, it all interferes with each other at some point. But I finally got a nice block of time coming up with the holidays, so I'm gonna be attempting to crank out as much content as I can manage while still, fulfilling life obligations, blah, 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 blah. But I did want to touch on a few things before we start. Number one, thank you guys for the support that you've been showing while I've kind of had this little brief hiatus. We recently just passed 300 subscribers, which is just like mind-boggling to me. So thank you guys so much again for those that are watching and hitting that subscribe button. It really means a lot. It really motivates me to keep going forward. And I really want to try to knock out this Frozen Factory stuff because I have not done it before, and we got to get it done. So on that note, let's hop in, right? So I did a tiny little bit of stuff off screen, off camera, and I think we're kind of in two directions for what we need to do, and I'll get into that in a second. But first, we got some research to collect, so let's go ahead and get that now. I know that particulate filtration is definitely something we're going to need to make geothermal power the most viable it can be, right? So I don't know which one is actually better to get right now. Let me check this out, right? Okay, obviously that's easy enough. We had that stuff automated. So this is just literally bulk cargo lifts. That might be super useful for our tier 4 stuff, but what does particulate filtration consist of? Okay, so we don't even have this stuff going yet. Okay, so we're for sure gonna need this. All right, so I guess the only thing we can really do right now is bulk cargo lifts. So let's just get that going, doing its thing, blah blah. So what have I done in between, episodes, right? Well, as I'm coming over here, you'll notice we no longer have any turbines over here, right? So I spent a while not picking up all the blocks, but basically getting rid of all these turbines, all 38 turbines. I went through, I got rid of the whole matter mover setup for the fuel. I kind of took away some of the fuel stuff over there. So basically, the OET fuel situation is just completely done, right? We're not worried about it at all. And, all right, looks like our fuel situation is going. So, the plan, there's a few plans, a few, immediate term projects that I need to take care of. Number one, we need to start getting our tier 4 ores up and smelted. Number two, we need to get our power grid down in the cold caverns basically all set up, right? So, I don't know how many episodes that's going to take. Maybe 2? I don't know. But I think the number one thing is we need to start harvesting our tier 4 materials. And to do that, we're going to need to kind of divert some power from our C5 area down to where the tier 4 ores are. And we're going to need to get those tier 4 ores moving to an area that can smelt them. So I know I'm gonna need, so I know there's a couple different types of smelters, right? There's this Ark Smelter upgrade, which I think is super inefficient, right? If I remember correctly, this is just you do it because you kind of have to, but you really want the blast furnace. The problem is the casting basin and all that requires the bars that we don't have. Now I do have quite a bit of stuff on me, right? I have some ore that we can just throw into some boxes and smelt. So I think before we do anything, let's go down. Let me think here. So I need to run the power. Let's just run down to the tier 4 area. Chrome. Let's just go there. So from here, right? So we have chrome right here, and we have the molybdenum down there, right? But I think either way, it's all got to come up to the same spot, right? And from what I remember, the trencher, right? The trencher is what we're going to end up... Or not the... Is it the trencher? Yeah. Okay. Hard rock grinder is the crappy one, but the trencher is basically 2 3x3 structures, right? So it's what, 6x3 by 3, something like that. So we can't start building these until we get bars anyway. But we are going to need to think about how we're going to do this, because we're going to want this stuff outputting to a lift somewhere in this area. But then also we're going to have the molly coming up into a lift area in the same spot, right? So we're going to have 2 lifts probably somewhere up in here, right? I'm going to have to go up to the surface to see kind of where this is. But definitely need to do that. However, before I can do any of that, I need to figure out a smelting setup. So let's run back to the surface and figure out like where the hell can we kind of smelt this stuff. Okay, so our lifts, which way do I gotta go? This way? Our lifts are gonna come up roughly right over here. So we've never really expanded out this way, so I'm kind of tempted to make a smelting area like over here, right? We got this battery. We're probably gonna end up taking that battery out at some point if we need it, because it's just kind of sitting there doing nothing. But until we do need it, we can kind of build our smelting setup like right kind of maybe right here, just kind of right in the middle of everything, right? Because we're gonna have a whole production line that's going to be kind of tier 4, and I'm thinking like we can use this area of the base, right? We don't use it for anything else. We already have basically tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 all over there. So, you know, why not make it right here, right? So, do I have any what are they called? Furnaces? Smelters? No smelters? Okay, let me get all the stuff for the Ark Smelters set up, and then I'll bring you guys back once we're kind of getting that working. These Ark Smelter tops take so many resources to construct. So while I'm waiting for, you know, my back stock to catch up with me, let me kind of give you guys a quick rundown of kind of the plan, right? So I threw this induction plate down, and this is going to be kind of like our short-term, small, dedicated, I guess, smeltery, right? So basically, one for, what is this one? I always forget. Chromium. One for chromium, one for molybdenum. They're in here. They're eventually going to get the Ark Smelter upgrades and output the bars to right there, right? This is obviously only set up for hand loading because, you know, as I think about it, right? I'm pretty sure the casting basin goes in the frozen factory. So in, you know, like in the frozen cold caverns. There you go. So we're not actually going to be elevatoring anything all the way up to the surface, I don't think. And if I'm wrong, let me know down below in the comments, because like I said, I'm not 100% sure. So assuming that the smelting is going to take place down in the cold caverns, I didn't need anything super fancy for this, right? So I just kind of set this up. I have a feeling it's going to take a ton of power, and I'm not 100% sure how much power. So I kind of just set up a quick turbine right here to power that whole thing. Dedicated turbine. Pretty simple. I just kind of siphoned, well, really I redirected the fuel route to come here first. It'll priority split and feed this, and then anything that's left over will kind of just get routed back to the elevators going down below. And the output is very easy, just kind of comes out this way and ties into the output from that one right there. So pretty simple setup, and I've got about 2,000 of each ore waiting to smelt. We are just waiting for the Ark Smelter force induction thing, right? And if I go to look at how expensive it is, right? I've got one, but I need 2 Mark V force inductions, which they require so much stuff, like 16 regular force inductions. And really, I'm just kind of waiting on charged lithium coils, because it's just, I'm using them faster than I can make them, right? So that's kind of what the holdup is right now. You see, like I haven't even got these left yet. Does the Spider Bro have any? You know what? I'm just gonna take him from Spider Bro. He doesn't need them right now anyway. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna try to get this stuff done ASAP. And as soon as that's done, well, there you go. Boom. We can at least get one. So let me just go throw that down, because I kind of also want to see, like, where is it? how much power are we looking at? So let's go throw this on real quick, because I'm going to, it's going to take a ton of stuff to get the second one going, right? So I don't know which one's more important, so I'm just going to plop that one there. 400 power per second, 700. So we have about 1800 power per second, which is kind of nice. Looks like it's doing its thing. 1100 power per second at once. I wonder why it keeps resetting. Does it really just take that long? I don't have anything in here, right? Oh, look at that. That's remove only. This is add only. Okay, so it should just do its thing, right? Like, what's it taking? Why isn't it outputting? Or is it just not getting the power transfer fast enough? Well, I guess it's not a huge deal. We can kind of let that do its thing. I think that's the issue. It's just not getting power transferred into it fast enough. That's why it's going so slow. Maybe this would be better if I put a Mark IV battery. Yeah, I just think the Mark IV battery is going to be a better option just because it will give us more direct access to the power, right? So we can just slap this bad boy on. I guess right here. And we'll, well, I guess it can go right on that. It's not a huge deal. And then what we can do is just, I don't know, do something like that. Do something like that. Throw that on there, right? It'll just look different, you know, that's all. And then we will remove only. Add only. Add only. That way it should get the power faster, right? This will kind of do its thing. This will spool up. This will get to max RPM and then give us, you know, the 1800 power per second, which should allow this to catch up, right? So I think that's going to end up being a better overall solution. I got so much crap in my inventory. I think this will be a better overall solution for everything we're going to be doing because we still need to make a whole nother Ark Smelter, right? And then clearly that's going to take time and power to heat up and give us all our stuff. So suffice to say, we got a little bit of time, right? So 2 of these means I need 16 of these. And okay, always missing stuff, right? And then what am I short? Charge lithium coil. See, this is the holdup right now. So I don't really know how to do this faster, so I'll just kind of cut to when we have all the stuff for it. Well, I've determined why our lithium mine isn't doing anything. It's because we're out of lithium. So I guess we got to scan for lithium. Ping known ore. Green is... Okay, iron, tin. Did it even say lithium? Less than 1%. Jeez. Alright, I didn't plan on making a lithium mine this episode, but I guess that's what we got to do before we can do anything else. So I'm going to do that, and I'll bring you guys back once I know like what the heck we're doing. Alright, so we have made a new lithium mine, and this took a little bit longer than I'd like to admit, but the premise is pretty simple. All I did was make some lithium pings. I used our our auto excavator here, Mark II auto excavator, and just really extended the lithium elevator shaft all the way down. Built some access tunnels, right? And then, you know, we're on a new vein. This is like 4 million, something like that. What are we at? 4.28 million. So not a bad, I mean, that should last us for a while. You know, they don't have like the best stuff in it, but I'm not too concerned, right? This just needs to kind of do its job. I could probably put a better motor in it though, right? Let's take that. Let's go ahead and take that out of there and give it a better motor. Ooh, I could even make oh, geez. I'm not going to make a fusion motor because that's going to take up all the lithium coils that I need. So we're going to do that. I took the elevator out, so I'm going to throw the, or the lift. So I'm going to throw the cargo lift back in. And the next time you see me, we should be throwing in a new Ark Smelter. So while I am still waiting for some of those charged coils to get built, I decided to come down here and add a bunch more of these turbines while I'm waiting. And I noticed that this is close. It's going that way now. So I decided to check. And, oh no, 196 meters. What does that mean? Well, I think our walls are at 200 meters, or like 199. And as you can see over here, not good. Not good at all. So, I think I need to scan this, because we're going to need to start fighting this, right? So, yeah, not super jazzed to see that, let me tell you. So let me run back to the surface real quick and see that, because I think we need to scan that to get the defenses for it. Matter mover, there we go. So not great. Not super excited to see that. And to top it all off, I think we're also waiting for... yeah, how many charged coils do we have? 100? Not quite good enough. Let me go back to here and see what this unlocks for me, right? Cryoplasm. And that should give us basic Cryoplasm Defense, right? So, all of our lithium is being siphoned into the coils, which means we're like not getting it up here. So, I'm going to reroute some lithium and figure out how to get down there and finish that research off so we can at least start the next phase of research. So we're going to have to do something about that. So, for sure, let me know down in the comments what do I need to do to take care of that, because I'm a little worried about that. That creeped in a lot faster than I imagined. And I know, I read some comments saying like, oh, you should have got all your infrastructure ready first. And like, yeah, you're probably right, but I didn't. So we got to figure out how to do this. And I have like no lithium bars just handy that I can just take. I'm just going to kind of siphon this stuff off, reroute it to the research, and then I'll bring you guys back finally once the second Ark Smelter is built. Alright, bulk cargo lifts finally done. Let's collect that. And now 100% we got to go basic Cryoplasm Defense. Imbued machine blocks. Do I have those on me? Oh, I do. Look at that. In fact, let me make a stack of 64. Was it 64? 32. It was 32. Whoop. Let's put that back. Let's make another stack. 32. Boom. Let's toss those in. And at least now we have plenty of this stuff. So that should finish. We're still waiting on we're still waiting on these. Let me show you. It's been quite a while. I've been waiting for about an hour, waiting for all this stuff to finish. This is what we need, right? We need 100 so that I can turn Mark II force inductions into Mark IIIs. Now, you see I have one Mark V right now. I have already stripped my my smelters for my tier 2 and, well, I guess, yeah, tier 2, tier 3, whatever, ores. So, yeah, we got desperate, right? So, hopefully this will be done soon. We'll grab some bars, and then we'll probably end up wrapping up the episode there. And oh my gosh, I've just come back over here, and I did not realize just how much power this thing takes. Holy crap, that's a ton. I finally got the other one. We still have no bars. Holy crap, I think this takes way more power than I thought. Well, I guess this is an interesting place to end the episode, but it's going kind of long, so I'm gonna have to. Definitely priorities realigned. I think, so next episode, what we're gonna do is I'm going to kind of redo this whole thing, right? I'm gonna make this a double turbine setup. I'm going to, at least a double turbine, maybe 4. Yeah, maybe a 4 turbine setup. But again, we only need that temporarily, right? Because we only need enough of these bars to do research and build trenchers and casting basins and all that kind of stuff, right? So hopefully we don't need that much more. I cannot believe that we have not smelted a single thing, and now there's 2 of them, right? So, man, that's actually kind of depressing, right? So, yeah, and this one's taking all the power. Okay, so, yeah, next episode we're going to have to deal with that. Man, this is a lot more intense than I thought. I could honestly probably steal some power from here, right? I can at least use these batteries with all the power in these batteries, right? Do something like this. Something like that. And then, like, does that line up? Yeah, I'm at least going to steal all this power. Oops, that was facing the right way. I got 3.5 million power, so might as well use it, right? And we'll go, like, as fast as possible. Just cuz. I know having those two touching is not ideal, but what can you do, right? All right, so we'll see how that kind of works out. That's going to just drain this like a ridiculous amount, but whatever, right? Because we still have all the Mark 4 or the Mark 3 batteries that are on top of this thing too. So who knows how that'll work out. So, all right, I'm rambling at this point. Thank you guys so much again for sticking with me through this hiatus that I've been taking. Like I said, the next month or so, I should have quite a bit more time to kind of push out the content, kind of finish, or at least push this series forward. Maybe even get some streams in. So check out my Twitter. That's where I'm going to kind of update what I'm doing and all that kind of stuff if you guys are interested in that. And again, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.